Hey guys, what's up? Today we are doing a small little in the life video. So pretty much how like a work day looks for me, pretty much. So I am gonna get some breakfast real quick before I work. So let's go do that first. But yeah, it's gonna be a pretty chill video. We're working on my buddy's Integra Type S, so I'm gonna be showing you guys that around too. These are pretty neat. Yeah, sit back and enjoy the video, and we'll see what happens. See you guys in a bit.
Maybe you work for a bad leader, good, and they punish you for it, right? There's all kinds of things that can get people in that mind frame, but at the end of the day, man, operators don't ask for fucking permission. They execute. They say, this is where I'm going, this is how I'm gonna get there, and I'm gonna do this until I get there, no matter what. And that's what it takes to be one of us. That never happens. And I can remember being in business early when I had nothing and no money.
It's time for a quick little walk around. I got most of this car already done. I'm just gonna show you guys around. I'm almost charging, so I didn't get to show too much of the work, but we still got some stuff to do. So we're gonna probably throw you guys on time lapse, but yeah, let's check the car out. Alrighty, so this is a 2026 Acura Integra Type S. Essentially, pretty much a Type R. But obviously different body. Interior is very, very similar, but obviously just dressed up. Kind of see, take a look in there. But yeah, so what we're doing to this thing is the full frontal PPS. If you guys don't know what that is, it's basically clear film that sits over your paint, typically up front to protect it from rock chips, road debris, scratches, you know, all that kind of stuff. So we'll show you how it looks right here. There's the film right there. We're letting it dry out before we tuck it over and under. Pretty much the full front's already done. Bumper, headlights, this nose panel, fenders are done, hood's done. But yeah, this thing's super nice. Vu was kind enough to let me just kind of drive it around. I only drove it to a Chipotle real quick. And yeah, it feels freaking awesome. But yeah, what time is it right now? It's like around 12, whatever. Typically, I would eat around this time. But since it's, what would you call a baby cousin, right? So your cousin has a kid. I'm not sure what you would call that. But essentially, my cousin's kid birthday was on Saturday. So we're going out to celebrate, you know, a little bit. So we're going to go out there and probably get some dinner, some lunch. And then come back here, most likely. Probably tidy this thing up so we can turn it in tomorrow afternoon. But yeah, mostly done with it. Pretty chill. Just been, you know, hammering it away at it pretty much since like 9 o'clock. Yeah, we'll start doing these little plastic trims here. Show you guys how to do that. Actually, I might as well show you guys how the software works, but it's pretty cool. So open this up real quick. I got you guys set up here, but this is a pretty cool software. I'm gonna show you how it works right now, but pretty much you can see all these kits are actually cut out on a plotter. So we can go on here and make our own modifications to it. So this car in particular, the fenders are super bubbly. I'm not sure you can tell on camera. So in order for me to not restrict myself to like a certain amount of like space, what I usually do is I always extend some of these parts. So I'm gonna show you what I mean right here. So you can kind of see based on that little piece right there. Oh, maybe not. I give myself a little bit more extra room just to work with. Just that way, if when I'm stretching this film, you know, I'm not like trying to like get it exactly to where the cutout is at. Kind of release some tension on the film also, and just makes the application process easier. For certain cars where the fenders aren't like this, aren't arched, I'll just use it as is. But most of the time, I'll end up making modifications. What's cool about these modifications, I'll show you how it works. Say this hood, for example. Usually I just bulk these things anyway, so meaning I don't use a cutout option, but I'll show you how these work. Essentially, you got these points. Each point you can actually modify and stretch. So this is like the hood vent area. And you got multiple points on this right here to modify. So say, for example, I want to make it shorter, I can make it shorter. by clicking on these right here and, you know, stretching these down. There's also these little pinpoints here, little pivot marks where you can kind of like rotate the lines a bit. You can also do this too, where you completely delete this and you no longer have a hole. So I know it's on there right now, but it's just kind of the old one. I'll show you how it works. And then if I want to extend this thing also, I can extend it, you know, through here. Not that hard. You can also go out of this edit mode. And then you kind of see I'll drag this out of where it's at. No longer has that mark no more. We can go down to this resize button. And again, you can just resize this thing. Click back here. Usually with hoods, you always want to give yourself more room to work with. So you can see right there, I edited it so that way you have more film to hang out on the outside. And that way you can tuck it. We'll show you right here how pretty much I think all the head size of corner is pretty much seamless. We obviously have like a seam right around there, but all this being covered up. Tuck that HUD piece off just so it can be a cleaner install. And then the only times where you'll have a visual line sometimes would be on these corners, and you can kind of see it's right over there. It's pretty much out of sight once the hood is closed, but you can kind of see what I mean. You give yourself a little extra material to wrap under, and usually I give myself like a decent amount so that way I can like pull the film and stretch it the way it needs to be stretched. But at the end, I'll like trim it nice and smooth. That way it wraps it nicely without having any fingers. So yeah, it's pretty cool, this software. It goes back to like early 2000s too, depending on the car. It'll let you look up different cars. So you kind of see right here, you got your search bar. You got your passengers right here, vehicles, or you can choose from trucks, UTVs and all that stuff, 2026. Choose the make, you know, the model, and then the trim level. And you kind of see here, depending on the car, it'll have like full kit on it too. So this being a pretty desirable car, you know, pretty high-end car, it has pretty much all the kit for the whole entirety of the car. So you kind of see right there, we got the rear bumper, the roof kit, the hatch kit, and then even here, the full car also, all right there. Even the interior pieces too, you can do the plastic pieces that are like the piano black trim. So for example, I think we saw this here on the software. So all this here, if you wanted to PPF it, you can. And actually, it's not a really bad idea either, just because if you got rings or anything like that and you scratch it, this plastic scratch is really, really easy. So that's pretty nice. You can do that also. Yeah, this software, they're pretty cool. I can show you how it works too, how you accumulate things. You can go on here and you'll have only a certain amount of items. And then you kind of go here, you would click copy, and then go on to the other items that you want cut out. Oh wait, it timed me out because I wasn't on for a while, but pretty much you can like bunch it all together and cut it efficiently, just because the rolls are only 5 feet tall. Rolls, obviously 5 feet tall, so you can only cut it out a certain way, just because if you can't cut the bumper, obviously, vertical, it has to be horizontal. So when using horizontally, you're only using around like 2.5 feet of film, and you have like 2.5 feet extra. So you want to like know how to like cut efficiently. Sometimes you'll throw the fenders with them in a certain way. You probably saw on the computer. I'll show you a screenshot what I mean. But you pretty much got to be pretty efficient with it. So, you know, when the clients come in asking for like only one piece in particular, like if it's just a bumper, typically, you know, I charge a bit more just because it's a lot more wasteful material. Typically, I would like try to use a kit, you know what I mean, or cut out some fenders for a car that I usually do, you know, like a Model 3 or Model Y. That's usually not the case. But yeah, the program's super cool. Makes things a lot easier. Gonna put this little thing down here. Yeah, I'll tell you, like, again, this is pretty much day in the life. So I think we're playing ball today on soccer. So I'll bring you guys along. Probably won't record too much out there, but, you know, show you that's the field, show you that's the vibe. But yeah, I'll see you guys in a bit. I'm gonna start PPFing the rest of this thing so that way I can finish it up and turn it into Vue. Shout out Vue if you're watching. Yeah, see you guys in a bit. Alrighty, so type paths is pretty much all done. Some areas need to dry a little bit here and there, but I'm gonna let it sit overnight fully cure, and then probably gonna trim a couple of pieces and then get that done. But yeah, it's 7:44. when I'm doing PPF, I guess that's pretty typical to leave around that time. Yeah, most times we get here like at 8:55ish or whatever, so he's probably started working around like 9:30. So nothing too crazy. Yeah, we're gonna go play some ball. So we're gonna head out. Gonna drink some electrolytes. Last time I crapped up pretty freaking bad. It was pretty painful, so don't want that to happen again. Even though I do a pretty good job being hydrated throughout the day when I do play soccer, but I think as you're getting older, you gotta take a little bit more precautions, and that's where I'm at right now. But okay, gonna grab my soccer ball, and then we're good to go. Alright guys, I forgot to record any of the soccer stuff, but that's the end of the night pretty much. It's like 11 o'clock. Got protein, banana. We got my chilling right there too. Just watching some YouTube as I finish this up right now, and then gonna shower and go to sleep. But yeah, nothing too much. Maybe I'll add to this video tomorrow because my buddy was picking up the RSX, so I'll probably add that in also. But I'll be closing up with this clip. So Vu just picked up his Integra, but didn't record much. It was a little bit busier than I thought, as usual. But we're cleaning up the shop right now. Pretty much just about everything. Usually I mop like every single day, but right now we're doing like a deep clean. So pretty much like all the surfaces for the most part, we're pretty much like cleaning up. Like this here was super dusty, so cleaning this up, and then the toolbox, clean the toolbox up too, and then we're gonna wipe down this metal piece also here because it gets super dusty in here. And then we also took down some cobwebs with that stick right down there on the floor. But yeah, I just want to show you guys. I guess pretty much like a true experience of what it's like to be here. I guess I don't do like deep cleans like this often. It's mostly like maybe every 3 months or so. But I'm doing it more often now just because I think as you progress, you want to pretty much progress in all aspects in life. And then this is for me one of the things I'm kind of getting like a little bit more and more and more OCD, or not say OCD, but like having things not clean is kind of bothering me a lot more now. Not that I didn't before, but I'd say the threshold of like me, how much I'm willing to tolerate is a lot less now. So like at SDK, I just washed it right now and it's going to rain tomorrow, but it was just so dirty. It wasn't even that dirty, but to me it was. And I was like, fuck it, dude, I'm clean as shit because it's bothering me that much. But yeah, swept and mopped here already, moved all the things to the side so we can get in every corner basically, so all that's good. Shop's gonna be nice and clean by the time I'm done with it tonight. So yeah, I guess I'll probably throw you guys in a time lapse and you guys can see me clean. Alrighty, shop's all cleaned up. I'm probably gonna still clean some things tomorrow, but it's pretty late now and I need to eat, walk my dog, and still things to do. Yeah, it's all cleaned up. I did the billing for today because we did do a couple cars, so that's all done. Yeah, I just smell so clean in here, and like, it's funny because you can't really tell the difference like on camera, but like in person, like everything just looks, I mean, because it is, everything just like the cabinets, everything that I wiped down here looks so much cleaner. Makes a difference in like in a little way, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Next video, we're gonna be working on the S3000. We're gonna be building a new splitter, which is why we got some plywood there. Some primer to seal up the birch wood and all that stuff. So we're going to be working on the SDK. We're going to be shrouding some things. I need to see if I can find some local waterproofing and see if someone has some use. Ideally, I'd like to have that on too. If it's not the biggest deal. I can install that later. But yeah, working on the SDK next video. Also assigned to Speed Meet also, so I'll be looking forward to that this weekend. So yeah, you can expect those in the future. And yeah. That's pretty much it for today's video, guys. I know it's kind of all over the place with day in life stuff, but I honestly do forget to record a lot. So I'm breaking the habit, getting back into it. And then I was also on vacation in Oregon for a couple of weeks. So I was not recording content, not doing anything. I was just kind of just enjoying my time out there. So, yeah, back again, new year, feel refreshed, logged in. Yeah, I'm excited for this year. So, we'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Peace.